Let me just get this. Welcome to the Straightjacket podcast, people. Welcome to the Straightjacket podcast. Big up to Saeed. There's a bit of an emergency in Saeed headquarters. Saeed TV headquarters. There's a leak. The leak was always coming from Old Trafford, but it looks like it's contagious around Manchester. It looks like it does not just leak in Old Trafford, but it also is leaking at Saeed TV headquarters. Big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Let's get Saeed to 500k people. Let's do this. But yeah, the league's not just at Old Trafford. Saeed, it's infectious, yeah? It's infectious.
Bro, what the fuck, man?
By the way, people, it's raining as much as I have ever seen it. He's doing it in 10, 15-minute spurts. And
I am sweating, mate.
The heaven is coming down.
You know what it is? This the more the story is, yeah? Don't ever relax. Here's me, yeah, upstairs saying, yo, man, it's a lot of rain, you know. So what I did was, the window was open, right? So I thought to myself, oh, the rain's not really coming through. I can leave the window open. Brother, I go downstairs. There's torrential rain. I'm like, why is my feet wet? Why is my socks wet? Brother, there's literally rain coming through. I was like, what the fuck? And it's now just literally, right? So I had to put a bucket in there, man. I was like, yo, man, I can't be doing this, bro. Man can't be having no roof leaking in my gaff. So yeah, literally, I've got a bucket on it now. Hopefully, it's not looking too crazy.
He's not having Glazer Ineos tag, mate. He's not having the Glazer Ineos tag.
I left the window open, man. I left the window open downstairs, and that was on the side. You know when the water goes down the drain?
Yeah.
It was on that side. Oh, my days, mate. Panic. But listen, we're good. Big up to everyone locked in. Shout out to Jonathan Hammond, who's just gifted 5 memberships. Shout out to you, Jonathan, man.
Yo, Jonathan Hammond.
Wild, man.
Yo, big up to Jonathan Hammond.
Yeah, big up to Jonathan Hammond.
You need to remove the thumbnail, man. Remove the thumbnail in the background.
Let me remove that, man. But yeah, that's a lesson learned in life, yeah? Don't ever get complacent and think you're all right, because I went downstairs and it wasn't all right, mate. So, yeah. But how are you guys, my Minna? How you doing? Everything blessed?
Yeah, man, I'm good. It's not raining like that. Actually, you know what? I was up north on the weekend and it was crazy rain. And then I come back down south on Sunday and it was so sunny. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? There's some bad vibes up north.
Bro, it's just reality. Reality's kicked in. This is what we normally have, you know?
Why is Nuruddin in the chicken shop?
Saeed, I'm not having this.
Asking why.
Because I got caught in the rain and I was like, yo, I've got to make a pit stop.
Don't be screaming the chicken shop down.
This is the birthplace of that podcast. You know that?
That's where you used to record.
Yeah. This is the birthplace.
5 years ago. 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
Yeah. Around there. Yeah.
It's the original place. Yeah. I'm taking it back home today because
don't scare the customers, man.
The people of the likes now, listen, the customers are chilled. Football heads out here, mate. Well, man, by the way, let me just say this seriously on a serious note on the rain when we complain about rain. Just to give a perspective. There are places in the world people are dying because there's no rain.
I agree.
In the north, Minna, we're blessed. We're blessed. Highly flavored and highly blessed up north. That's all I'm saying. But Saeed, big up to you. And by the way, the reason why Saeed's windows were open, because the humidity levels this afternoon went up like that. And that's how you know it's going to rain, because the humidity levels go up. And that's why he had to open the window. So big up.
Yeah, no, big up to you, man. Big up to you lot, man. Big up to my guy, Killy says. Big up all even Saeed support United. Jim might be after you soon. Hey, listen, it's crazy out here, man. We need to make some improvements on that, man. You know what I mean? Like Old Trafford, man. But listen, we got a lot to discuss. Strikers, man. This is the agenda of today. You know, the ones there. And it looks like Man United have got a list: Sesko, Mateta, or Watkins. And we're going to discuss through it as well. We're also going to be discussing some things about Rashford and the disgusting racism that we're seeing online on social media as well, which I think needs to be talked about as well. So big up Rashford on that one. We always stand for Rashford in that regard as well, against racism or any form of discrimination. We always stand against that every time. But yeah, man, strikers. I'll start off with you, Nuruddin, man. which one, like, if you were to look at the strikers right now in the market, are you kind of almost like Nuruddin underwhelmed by the links we've been linked with? Or do you think, you know what, man, beggars can't be choosers, we've got to go for it?
Nah, because Saeed, I'm not your striking merchants. I've never been part of the strikers merchant club because I'm like Manchester United need to fix the rest of the team first. Saeed, we can't even do, right? The reason I just want to explain people because people have been coming for me going, you're going mad over pre-season game. Listen, pre-season games are there to see what the coach has been working on for the 2 weeks before the first game begins, right? And in that, what you see is not about the result, it's about fitness, and it's about any ideas the coach and the players want to show what they've been working on. Saeed, we can't even do phase one. We can't even do a build-up to get out. So this idea of strikers is unbelievable for me. I'm a believer, if you got technically creative attackers, the team will create chances. And the midfield, specifically the defense, the midfield, and the attack are all in sync. There's synergy, there's chemistry, there is chacun wa soi. I can't even say that French word. You know, I battered it. But it's what it is. You know how it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even Mina can't help me. I'm drowning here in the Manchester rain. But those things, these things that you work on the training ground, they don't happen. Yeah. They don't happen. So for me, I've never been part of this striker merchant because Saeed, I'm old enough and I've watched enough United in the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years to know that strikers struggle because Manchester United do not create and keep the ball in the last third in the opposition's box well enough to be able to create the chances for strikers. Now, for me, the type of, I'll tell you what I prefer upon preferences. My preference is somebody who's reliable, who's fit, and who can hold up the ball. And now if you've got Cunha and Mbeumo, somebody that can bring them into play and can bring and can hold up the ball in the last third so we can sustain attacks. Somebody who can make the ball stick and then can create synergy with the two number 10s that we have right now. That's what I would want. So for me, this idea of that cyborg, you're correct. No, thank you. And most of the people in the fan base are just, I can't help some of them. I really can't help you. I've set up a channel to try to help you lot, but you don't want the help. You don't want the help. You're correct. I never want anything to do with him. I don't want that. Same thing with Watkins. They need space. They need something to run into. And I don't want Manchester United playing counter-attacking football. I want to get away from that. So I'm not here for that. The only guy that I actually thought technically, Saeed, the ceiling is high is Ekitike. Technically, he is superior than everybody that we've been linked with, right? Liverpool are going to get him. They're going to have a developmental plan for him. They're going to coach him, and they're going to get the best out of him. So, as the strikers that are available now, Mateta is the only guy because I've actually seen him hold the ball up, trouble defenses.
R9. Remember you said R9?
Yeah, because he didn't say because it was an R9 finish. He did a step over, and the left foot cracked it to the top bins. I was there with you. I was with you. I can't lie. I said, these are Mateta doing R9 settings against Manchester United. So that's my 2 pence. But big up Mina. Mina, I hope you recovered, Queen. It's good to see you. It's always a pleasure. I love. Musa, always love you, bro. Even though you're not qualified, I still love you.
Yeah. No, 100%. Listen, the Sesko one is getting louder and louder, guys. I can't lie to you. This Vivell links, with Sesko is getting stronger and stronger. Today we heard from a very reliable source that United have intensified their pursuit of Benjamin Sesko. One advantage is the contact of Christopher Vivell. He held various management positions at RB Leipzig and Salzburg as well for 7 years. You know what it is? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. At first in the transfer window, I was like, not really sure about this Sesko guy, but I wasn't bantering Arsenal fans about getting him, but you know, like, do you want the idea of Sesko more, or that it was like at the start of the window, or do you just think we just can't go for him? It's not reliable right now. We can't.
He's never been on my list of preference for strikers. Yeah. Like Benjamin Sesko didn't even make the cut when I was talking about top 3. Like for me, it was always Osimhen, Mateta, and then throw Gyökeres and Ekitike into that conversation. Jackson and Watkins, those conversations have popped up recently. But the Sesko thing is interesting because you watch the striker that I think United need. It needs to be a traditional nine that can occupy the centre backs, that can kind of create opportunities or space for people like Mbeumo and Cunha. If you're considering all these pieces that United already have, the striker should be the finishing part, not another player that demands, you know, the ball at their feet. I need a striker that has good hold up play. I need a striker that's good in the box. Like if we've got wing backs and we've got midfielders that are putting deliveries into the box consistently throughout the game, I need a striker that's going to win aerial duels. I need a striker that if he's not going to win his aerial duels, then that second chance he's going to compete for and he's going to contest for. I don't need a striker that's proficient in taking shots from outside the box. Like I've seen like Sesko, for example. I actually don't think he's worth the price that he wants. Like I think we need to understand why also Arsenal didn't proceed with him. They wanted him last summer. He signed a new deal, but the consensus was they were going to go back for him this summer, and they haven't gone back. Well, they did go back for him, and then they kind of walked away from that. Why is that? Is that because of the price tag? Now, statistically, I know people are always obsessed with this GA kind of thing, but a double-digit return, 20-something goals in 45 games it's not a bad return for a striker in the German league. However, with saying that, I just need a physical number 9. Like, and if you tick that box, go and get that. I like also the idea of a Premier League experienced striker. I don't want a year or two of a striker having to adapt to the league. I don't want that. I feel like this reminds me of a couple of seasons ago when United were linked to Kane, and then we ended up going for Højlund because we paid more for, or we wanted to pay that price for Højlund for the younger long-term striker. I hope that United don't go down the same path with Sesko, because I actually think Sesko will be if United get him, he'll probably be the most expensive striker on the move this summer. Like I think he'll.
Yeah, I agree.
Gyökeres and Ekitike and Osimhen as well. But out of all the strikers available now, and I can't lie, it's a mediocre list. But given the number 9s that we probably grew up watching, I would say Mateta. I like Mateta. Nicholas Jackson, 45 million. That's about it. I'm hearing 80, I'm hearing 90, I'm hearing 70. You know, one thing about Chelsea is they will get the price tag that they put on a player.
Yeah.
Not even Madueke, they got rid of him for that price tag. Whatever it is that they probably want for Jackson, they most likely will get. The only thing I'm against with Ollie Watkins is that I think he's lost his step a little bit, and he, you know, taking into consideration age, and how he plays in comparison to Mbeumo and having Cunha as well. I just don't think he would be the striker to get the best out of him. For me, it's Mateta. I'll take Mateta, but Crystal Palace ain't gonna sell him, are they?
Yeah, then it depends on if they get in the Europa League or not, and they appeal the situation. Then maybe you might do it. But you know what? The more I look at like strikers now, yeah, if you get 15 goals, yeah, like I think you know how prices have moved in terms of, you know, now 100 million now is like, yes, that would have been like 40 million back in the day for a player now. Now he's worth 100 million. Do you think like 30-goal strikers now? You're only going to get the elite get them, like the Lewandowskis, the Haalands now.
No, but you know what I believe? I believe strikers should be getting 20, like that. Strikers should be scoring 20 to 25 goals in all comps.
In all comps, yes.
Strikers should be getting that.
I think that's what they're averaging. Ekitike averaged that last season. I don't know if Sesko averaged that as well.
Sesko
did. He did. Sesko did.
Yeah.
Can I just come in there 1 second? The point I want to make, I think, what you're describing is that the level of rotations that happens in modern day football, and also the goals output from the 2 number 10s or the 2 inverted wingers. That's what we're talking about, and also the midfielders who are coming on. The day that majority of people who watch football to a certain years are still trapped in go wide and cross it in for the striker. Now, what used to happen was that the whole team used to be set around the striker. And then the ball used to be played into the striker. So all the chances will be created for the striker. Now football is different. Since you have the inverted wingers who are goal scorers, right? Who are goal machines. And then you've got the number 10s who also can be goal machines. And then you've got goal scoring midfielders through the decades. This idea of the Lewandowski or the Haaland, the obsession, that you don't see that in many teams.
No.
What teams are looking for, Saeed, and I think Mina broke it down and I said it earlier, what you're looking for is somebody who's got synergy with play, who can technical ability, strength, and can also put his fair chances of the chance that created for him away. But most importantly, it's like you want somebody who can help the team go up the pitch.
I agree.
Occupy, and that's what Manchester United are lacking. We used to have that with Martial, but everybody used to call him lazy because we whipped crosses in, and the crosses were never consistent. But that's what we used to call him, and what we used to call it, most of us used to call it. We say that playing for Manchester United up front is the graveyard shift because you ain't gonna see the ball because we know. So our last midfield that had any level of stability was Herrera, Matic, and Pogba, and they only played together for about 6-7 months.
Yeah,
they only ever lasted because of injuries and everything else going on. They only lasted a certain amount of months. Now, Sesko side, if you remember, I was a Sesko merchant 2.5 years ago. Remember the videos? And I was like, Sesko, go and get Sesko before he even left the Austrian team.
I remember
Sesko because I saw things that at that age that he shouldn't have, Saeed. You know what I'm talking about? Like there is literal fundamentals. His control, the ways to bring the ball down, the technical skills is what I saw. And I thought, you know what? He's going to get stronger. He's going to get bigger and get more experience. But Saeed, I got a big news for you. Unfortunately, he's not progressed. I ain't going to lie to you. He's not progressed. And this is somebody who advocate for Sesko. I've watched him. I've read the articles. I've read what people are saying about him. The kid is not progressed. And what has happened, Saeed? His price has risen, right? From when we're talking about him 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, his price has risen and his development has shrunk.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm telling you now.
Saeed, yeah. What are you agreeing about?
I agree with him.
What are you agreeing about?
Not the whole
yeah.
I agree with him.
Nah.
You know, I agree with him. It's true though, because when you actually deep the price tag,
Saeed, look at his numbers at Austria. Look at his numbers at what he's done in Germany. Look how he's progressed. Look how he plays the game. Look at his listen. Look, no, Nordi.
Numbers in Germany are not even that
that's
good.
what you said. Listen, this is what you said to. This is what we say about all players, and now some of the best players in the world, like Vitinha, who was in the Premier League, you were screaming that at him. Now you're talking about you need a player like him in the middle of the park. We just have to allow it and get real. The reality is this: the kid has progressed. Maybe not to your liking, but he's done better than what he was doing when he was at Austria. And the reality is this: his numbers are no different from Ekatike, who's gone for crazy number. We just want to talk about the lead. Sesko has got Cunha numbers. That's the numbers. His assists and goals are similar to what Cunha's got in the last 2 seasons in the Premier League. So this idea that he can't do it just
was a striker though.
No, but I'm just saying Cunha plays he plays in a 10. He's a striker as well. He's played forward position as well. And my thing is the idea that if he comes to the Premier League with the positions we've seen Haaland in, with the opportunities we've seen Højlund in, and the amount of times Højlund squandered opportunities, the idea that Sesko will come to Man United and struggle to get 10 or 15 goals and 7 assists, which are just the standard numbers he's picking up now anyway, with flipping Mbumo and Cunha behind him, for me, you're just playing games. Because you're telling me he's just going to have... Because you see Højlund. Højlund got those numbers in his first season. Højlund scored that about, I don't know, but he scored about 17 goals.
70 goals, and he got 5 Champions League goals in his first season.
And he was crap. And he was still the same Højlund. So what I'm saying to you is this kid...
fundamentals where we have to focus on now. I think goals are, I get it, you're a striker, but what Nuruddin is saying...
And this is what Nuruddin was saying, though. But listen to this, though. What everything Nuruddin said is what I agree with. The fundamentals of Sesko is elite. His fundamentals and how he plays the game, how he controls it. You see his finishes. His finishes are elite finishes. Like, he's not he scores goals he has no right to score. And you know what, Saeed? I'm not saying like I was like, yeah, go and get Sesko at all costs. But Sesko scores these goals that he has no right to score. And it doesn't even feel like a fluke. You know, some people score these goals and you feel, oh, that's a fluke. He scores it and you feel like he meant that. So he's got the ability, the technical ability he has. The question you just want to ask is, does Man United want to go and spend £70 million? Because we have to spend between 60 to 70 million to get the kid. That's the reality. But I believe if you get Sesko in, he scores 15 goals in the Prem and he has about 5 assists comfortably. Is that worth 70 million in today's market? Maybe it is or maybe it isn't. But that's the reality side. So I'm not...
I agree with you. The reality is now, if you score 15 goals, you're going to be worth 80 million. Minimum, guys. Minimum.
Saeed, you're saying you agree with Musa just 2 seconds ago. You were agreeing with me.
No, you know what it is, I agree with the whole idea of what Musa's talking about. But what I'm saying to you is sometimes when you look at players here and you see them for 90 minutes, sometimes I'm not kind of like wowed by Sesko. I'm not like, yo, this is the guy.
But look at this though. Look at the age here. My thing is this though. When you look at Sesko, he has everything like Højlund didn't. And they're only asking us for a similar amount of price what we paid Højlund, maybe 5 million more, 6 million more. But the reality is, he has all the technical ability that Højlund didn't. When you look at what Liverpool's just played for that Ekatike, and I think they got to pay it over 5 years, they're paying something like, how much are they paying? 12 million a year or something like that?
It's 69 million total, so yeah, it's about
they're paying like 12 million over 5 seasons. My question is, do you feel like if you had to pay a similar amount of money for Sesko over a 5-year period, would you think that it won't be value for money? Do you think Sesko in 5 years isn't a striker that can get you consistently 15 goals a season? I don't think so. I don't think it's a risk.
You know why? You know why? For me, I can't say, because our track record in the last how many years is not great for strikers. I can't tell you for certain that they can do that. What I will say though is you are right in the fact that they've got Cunyon and Boomer behind him, and they, for me, could.
But you would have took Ekatike. Would you have taken Ekatike?
No, I didn't want Ekatike. I wanted.
So who do you want?
So I want Mateta or Watkins first.
But you do want to look at. I'm not really for it. You see me, just let my boy Zertsky stay up front. When you start telling me about these other dons, just let Zertsky do his thing.
No, he can't stay fit, man. Stop talking to me about Zertsky, man. That guy.
Here we go. Nobody's become his doctor. Nobody's just like he got. Nobody's. Here we go. He can't stay fit. Here we go. Here we go.
Listen, Martinez is one of my favorite players since Fergie, actually.
That's what they said about Martial. Martial hasn't been injured all season.
I'm done with these guys because these players have got millions in the bank, but won't get treated by proper doctors, and they're letting Manchester United.
They're suing Man United, bro. Players are suing Man United,
Musa. So why are you getting treated by Manchester United doctors where people are suing them? Xerxes got enough money. All these players have got enough money. Go and find the doctors. Take care of it yourself. Simple as. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo will let anybody touch him at United, knowing that what they're doing? No chance, mate. You become the vehicle, mate. You look after yourself. You set up your own medical team and people that you trust with your body, not Manchester United Football Club.
It's wild, though. Imagine being signed to United and not trusting their physio and their doctor. That is wild.
We've got an owner. I'm sorry, Musa. Let me just remind you, we've got an owner who told the players, all I do is stretch before I run a marathon. Why do you need all these physios?
No, but what I will say, Nordin, you are a bit harsh on Xerxes, though, saying injury prone. He's had what one big injury in the hamstring, and he's come back, and I feel like he's got a slight little issue, but he should be back for the American tour.
Hey, but man, I can already read it. Listen, let me just explain to you from past history. Players who get injured during pre-season don't start the season well. They're always behind. The level of fitness you have to reach. Majority of players who miss out to pre-season because of injury they're not on the same wavelength as everybody else that's fit. And I don't trust our medical department. I've never trusted it. And then everybody kept telling me, Nuruddin, you said it. I'm like, yeah, I've been saying it for fucking years. But anyway, people, if you're in central Manchester and you want to get in from the rain, come to Furt. It's located right next to the Whitwood Street. It's on Whitwood Street, but next to the O2.
O2
Ritz. Right next to it. You can get all you want. What flavors?
You should show them the menu, man.
We've got everything, Saeed. We've got everything. So yeah, people, this is where the podcast started. Have some respect. Smash a like on the podcast.
Yeah, smash a like.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry, Musa. I'm not feeling Sesko. And I am sick of coaches. Let me get this into my head. I've gone full fucking Brexit when it comes to Manchester United. Because the people in charge of Manchester United don't have a fucking clue what's going on. So I don't want any coaches from abroad. I don't want any players from abroad. People that I've watched week in and week out in the Prem, who are climatized to the Prem, who know where to get the fish and chips, they know where the chicken shop is.
You're running out of excuses, Noradine. You're running out of excuses.
I don't want
You're running out of excuses, Noradine. You're running out.
All due respect to Sesko,
you're running out of excuses, Noradine. Because you see, after this, Noradine, it's done. It's done. After this Premiership proven managers, Premiership proven players, after this, and we're still crap, excuses are finished. The last excuse we got is Premier League proven. This Premier League proven stuff is some of the best players. Let me 1 minute, Noradine. Some of the best players in the last 10 years in the Premier League were not Premier League proven. They came to the English League and they became the best players in the world football and in the Premier League. And they weren't here before. Whether that's De Bruyne, whether it's flipping Mo Salah, whoever it was, they came from wherever they came from and they lit up the Premier League. And we're sitting there talking about when was the last Premier League, this Premier League proof? He has to come from somewhere. And Bumo had to come from somewhere. Cunha had to come from somewhere. But we wait until someone else does the development, and then guess what? Yeah, we'll pay 80 million, and we wonder why we're in trouble. We have to go and get Cunha in, just the way Wolves did when it was time to get him in. How the heck did they get him from Atletico Madrid? What was we doing?
So let me say something. What did we establish the other day when we did that, when we had that after the game on Sunday? We established that at Manchester United, there is no foundation for any development. There is zero foundation. There's no development. So once we have agreed to that, and we've all accepted that, why do you think we want to sign young players from abroad? We can't even improve the youngsters we produce from our own squad, from our own youth teams. We can't improve them. So why do you think we're going to go and improve the game plan and the game?
I forgot, Noradine. I forgot.
Like we know the Premier League, right? We know what it's about. That's why it's better for the actual process of, like, let's say, adaptation. We don't need that level of coaching, and we don't really agree that Amrin should be the coach, and he's struggling right now. So go and get someone who can fairly look after himself in a way that, you know what, Mateta can hold himself on. He can hold himself and say, you know what, I can do the simple, rather than bringing Sesko into an environment maybe that there's a lot to do, man, and there's a lot of pressure on him.
But I think this is I think if you could get Sesko for £65 million in today's market to put him in front of
65 million though.
Of course you will. With add-ons.
How much is the Leipzig one, by the way? How much do they want?
Well, actually, he's got a clause of like 80-90 million euros.
Exactly.
He's got an expensive price tag.
80 million's around 69 million. You can bring that down.
Saeed, with that money, we can get 2 world-class midfielders.
Yeah.
World-class.
Yeah, if you want to go that way, I agree. Midfielders needed.
But you know what it is, though? I think
1 second, please. Can I just ask Mina? Mina, can I just ask you a question, please? Did you watch the game on Sunday?
On Saturday, yeah.
On Saturday, did you watch it?
Yeah.
What did you think of the? Am I just barking up the wrong tree? Am I making Neil out of something? But what did you think of the phase 1 build-up play from the minute goal to the 90 minutes?
It looks uncomfortable to watch. It looks uncomfortable to watch.
I rest my case.
I don't anticipate, like, I won't go off of the first preseason game because preseason is all about match fitness, but you should see identity and patterns of consistency. I have a strong feeling with a lot of next season in terms of attack, and I can't actually predict it until we get every player that we need, but I have a feeling that the attack is just going to be based predominantly off of excellence, individual excellence. You know, there's going to be.
I think that same day Newcastle lost like 4-0 in pre-season.
Yeah, but
no, we're not talking about the result. Musa, please understand this, Musa. I beg you. Not talking about the result. If Manchester, I promise you, if Manchester United got beat 10-0, right, by Leeds, but I saw patterns and I saw the first phase of game and the build-up to get out from our goalkeeper, and the fact that was it Luke Shaw and who was the other guy? Luke Shaw and 2 players on the right, Masraoui split.
Yeah.
And how De Ligt went into the middle and Casemiro dropped back. But then the wing-backs were almost hesitant in positioning where they need to be. And then we couldn't get out and they pressed the hell out of us. And then what's that kid called? Van Donk or whatever it's called. The kid from Wales, he plays for Wales, played for Leeds. Leeds played the system properly. We played 5 at the back. Leeds played 3 at the back with 2 wing backs. We didn't. And to look that poor, I did a show today on United Real Therapy, and I literally said that patterns of build-up was almost like back to life, back to reality. And Mina just literally, on my title of my show earlier, Mina, was, are we waiting for Mbeumo and Cunha to, are we just going to hoover it up to them and just go, the 2 saviors are going to save us? Why the fuck did we sack Erik ten Hag if that's what we wanted? Why the fuck did we sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if that's what we wanted? Why the fuck did we sack Jose Mourinho if all that's wanted? Why?
Facts. It's true.
If the circles come back and that's what we come back to, that's what we're doing. What is the plan? That I really genuinely want to ask you guys. And the people are saying you can't tell from one game. Yes, you can tell the patterns. Luke Shaw and Masraoui split. The link went into the middle. He's so uncomfortable playing in his way to back. You're asking a fucking centre half to turn round, back to have the blind, not to see you at the back of his head, and him and Casemiro to drop in. We can't get out. How come every team looks comfortable at getting out? And you know, I don't want to go on about this, but I just want to say, these drills are simple to do in the training ground. You can create real match situation on a training ground. To me, the biggest test to work out why there is poor coaching, it tells you the way the first phase of play. The first phase of play is not right. You know that's poor coaching.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. And that's where United, I don't know why the priority is a striker. You know what I mean? Would it not be better to be in that midfield area?
You know why the priority is a striker side? Because United have accepted that they're not going to win the title, and they're going to be, and they think they can be in the top 4 race based on we only conceded about 2 to 4 more goals than teams that were in the top 4 race. So they're looking at the data and saying that if Villa, Newcastle, and all of these teams that were in the top 4 race only conceded 2 or 3 less goals than us, the issue isn't just about defense. Because then they look at the other side of the pitch and say, hold on, but they scored much more than us. So they're thinking if we can catch up in the goals and tighten it just a little bit, even just 1% get better in the back with what we have, we should be there or thereabouts. And when you look at it on that basis, you can't be wrong, because when you look at the amount of goals we actually conceded to the rest and remember, Onana was injured. This is what I was telling you about the other day. He was injured for a good period of time in the season and he didn't play, and we got some other I don't know, I forgot who was in goal for those few games. But anyway, is that Bayende and that. But the reality is this: when we're conceding 4 or 5 more goals, but finishing 10 positions off teams that have a similar goal deficit, but the big issue is when you look at the strike force. So they're looking at themselves. If we can go and get 3 players in that can all score about 15 goals, that's 45 goals they're looking at adding to what United did last season. And that fires us, that whether we like it or not, it does push us up the table, say.
Yeah, you know what? And that's the thing, though, guys, is that scoring your way through these problems, like maybe say, you know what, we're going to become a team that scores 4-3, wins 4-3. You know what I mean? That we might know, we know we're going to concede, but you know what? We're going to outscore the opponent.
Because we're not conceding any more than what everyone else conceded. That's the if United conceded like horribly much more than everyone else, then they'll be like, oh yeah, we got a problem here. But they're looking at it and saying one of the reasons we're conceding more goals is because we're under attack so much because we have no threat on the other side. As soon as we get the ball in the final third, it's coming back again because we're losing the ball. We're not getting passes done. We're not getting shots on target. So then the midfield's under stress, meaning the defense is under stress, and then the goalkeeper's straight under pressure. So they're thinking if we can actually have threat at the other end, listen, there ain't no defense that's going to be flipping lackadaisical when Mbeumo and Cunha's up there. And especially if you add another threat in terms of a striker, even like I said, Zerski, if he can stay fit. But we're definitely going to be more of a threat guy in the other way. And I think that there is going to balance off the amount of goals we're also conceding. So I'm not against getting a striker in. And like I said, it's not our money. If you can get a Sesko in for anything that's got 60 in it, 65, 68, 60, whatever these lot. I'm happy with that side. It's not our money. 5 years, pay it off, 12 million a year, call it a day. Is what it is.
Yeah. I'm going to get these super chats in, guys. 1.7K in the building, 403 likes. Let's try and get to 1,000 likes ASAP, people, man.
So I'm trying. I even took them to the original place, the birthplace of the podcast. And they're still not liking the video.
Shout out to Hussein, man. You know what I mean? He's in there, man. Is he? What's he saying? Liverpool? No, his brother's spot Liverpool, isn't it? He's Arsenal.
He's an Arsenal fan. Well, they've got to win the league this season. Arsenal got to win the league this season. They've signed 6 players. Yeah,
there you go. Killer said Chelsea on crack, asking 80 to 100 million for Reaction Jackson. United don't let Chelsea the X take your money again. Absolutely not, man. You United fans are funny. It's only one preseason game. Like Amrin having coached 30 plus games already. People really think 4 games into USA is what needed for the system. And Tay kind of piece says Amrin himself said we're lacking speed and physicality in midfield. Let's hope he does what he needs to do, but I'm worried about no concrete links. Yeah, no, there's zero.
There is links. There is links. It's Ndidi. There is links.
5 years ago, 6 years ago, Ndidi 6 years ago. Can I just say something we just said about? Of course, because the reason why we're alarmed and people like me are ringing the alarm bells. Everybody told me that he needed a preseason and he had 2 weeks and he couldn't even coach the pin down phase 1 and how to get out the build up from the goalkeeper. So that to me is worrying. It's incredibly worrying.
Developmental. We need a developmental plan.
No,
be serious, you know. If Amrin can get a development,
Please don't put him on a pitch.
Put him on a performance plan. Guys, we need a big developmental plan this summer, and maybe we can cook, man. What do you reckon, guys? Because that surely will then, we realize the potential of these players. What do you not think, guys, in the chat? Developmental plan, is that?
No, that's a cheap shot if I've ever heard one, Saeed. You think you're funny, but you're not funny.
Saeed doesn't believe in development. Saeed said, bring a player in, give him 5 games. If he's good, keep him. If he's not, get him out. Saeed said there's no development.
You know what Saeed wants? Saeed wants 0.1 ounce of a percent of the people who are just naturally born footballers. And that in football is not. Majority of footballers have a certain level of skill. The rest of it is coached. The rest of it they work on. Just like anything in life. Just like anything and everything in life, people work on things. And Saeed is one of those merchants. If you're not getting it, you get off that bench.
That's why I've gone down the route of Premier League proving this year, is that I then have less pressure on players who I know are gonna get into the team, and we know that there's more of a success rate, rather than bringing players away from the Premier League and we'll then
decide it's your last excuses. These are your last. Hold on to them. After this,
I still have to have the manager ready for this team though as well. Like as much as we can put it on the players, we need to have a manager that can put them all together and we can be a cohesive team. Yeah, we do, and that's the missing piece right now. We need a manager that puts everything together. If we had that, maybe we'd be somewhere. But
I can't even remember the last time a player we bought in a Prem was Man United's best player. I can't even remember it.
When was the last time we even bought a player from the Prem except for Mason Mount?
Yeah, Mason Mount, Harry Maguire, who else?
But he hasn't been our best player though.
That's what I'm saying. But I can't remember when we bought a player from the Prem for him to be like our best player, or to make sure that, I don't know, I just can't remember it. Who have we had in the Prem?
Probably Van Persie, maybe.
Yeah, Van Persie.
Van Persie.
You know what I mean? I think
that was the last time.
What was that other player? There was another player as well. Forgot his name. But we've had certain players that have come in and done a good job.
But there's the caliber. So obviously that points to that when we talk about this Prem proven stuff, there's the caliber of player in the Prem that you would want to get in for a certain type of fee, and you'd be happy to pay.
We've got the best of the best this year.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think that's good, but I think now I don't see that anyway. I think Beleba's the last one in that, maybe Wharton, but other than that, because he's the only person that I see with ability who comes deep. Now Wharton does the same, comes and picks up the ball off the goalkeeper, and picks it up off the back four. But like I
Yes.
said, Saeed, because we're so bad, you need a player in the middle of the park that does the job of two players. Caicedo, Kante, Baleba. You need that type of player who also has ability, can pass the ball, great on the ball, strength, technical, everything, but also does the job of two players. Because to play alongside Bruno, you're going to have to be that good. You're going to have to be an athlete. And I feel like, and we've got that as well, from Dorgu. Dorgu's the only player that I've seen since he's come in for the full 90 minutes. He's defending, he's attacking, and I don't see him getting tired until that whistle's blown. And I think you need the equivalent in the middle of the park, but you also need a baller. I think the days of this hard man, you need this hard man in the middle of the park, or you need this hard man up front. Them days are done. You just need people that actually can dictate the middle of the park and dictate the game. Yeah. And if we don't get that, we're in trouble, because I can see Bruno getting fizzed out. I think because you know what the manager would do, Si? Let me give an example. If Bruno doesn't work in the middle of the park, what Amorim would do, after 60 minutes, he'll take off one of the 10s and push Bruno up. He will do the exact same thing he done last year now. But he's going to reverse it. Last year, he'll start Bruno in the 10 and then push him back to the 6. This year, he's going to do it the other way around. It'll give Bruno about 50 to 60 minutes in the middle of the park. And when things get peak, if Mbumo's not scoring, finding it difficult, or Cunha, he'll take them off and he'll push Captain Bruno into the 10. And that's what we're going to have to deal with. Because unless Bruno got sold to flipping Saudi, we're just going to have this thing of him being in the 10, being in the 10. There's nothing we're going to do about it.
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing for me that I'm very frustrated from, is that we have to put all everything that we center around, everything is around Bruno, man. And that's where I'm just like, I'm tired, man. Like, I'm just, you know what I mean? But it's like, we know that Bruno isn't going to play well in that position. So
Remember Saeed, Amorim said he wants Bruno to stay, and Bruno said that the club don't need the money. And that's why he took 3 weeks to think about it. 3.5 weeks to think about the move to Saudi. By the way, looks like we were getting attacked. We're getting run down by the mob tonight. The mob, what's what I call Charlie's Angels. The Mancunian Charlie's Angels. Well, I'll just say this. Big up to whoever said Amorim needs a developmental plan.
Yeah.
100% he does.
You know, if I was to give you we had only, for example, 100 million left in terms of money. Like, what are you doing? Like, give me a plan of what would you do with that 100 million? Like, just 100 million. I'm only giving you 100 million. That's all we got left. What are you doing with that?
Based on what's available in the market, I don't think there's a striker worth spending 60 million on.
No.
Generally speaking, I don't even think there's even world-class strikers available on the market right now. Statistically, people might say Gyökeres is a world-class striker just on stats, but I don't think there's anybody worth going on the drop. I'll drop half of that bag on a midfielder. I'll drop it on a midfielder like Baleba. I like Baleba. Even like Kamara. If you can't get Baleba, because I think Brighton are going to try hold out for a big fee for him, I'd go for Kamara. I'd also go for a right wing back. I'd go for a right wing back, and I would put Ahmad in the 10 and use Cunha as a 9. That's what I would do. Just because I feel like, again, I'd rather have someone who's naturally more of a right wing back rather than someone that you've transformed into a right wing back. The only thing is with Ahmad is that when he does play in the 10, he naturally drifts out wide. So you need to have a right wing back that is comfortable with coming in central, using the space that Ahmad vacates. But the only thing is, if you got 100 million, you go and get a great striker. But if you ain't got a great striker, don't spend the same money on an average striker, where it's essentially it's a gamble. Like, you're hoping on that striker becoming a good striker. Like Musa is hoping that Sesko will give you 15 goals.
No, I'm not hoping, because he's already doing it. He's already doing it.
He's not doing that at United.
No, but he's already. I'm with you guys. I'm with every single one of you. But he's already doing it where Højlund wasn't. And it's the same thing with Ekatike. We can say that Liverpool are hoping.
Højlund's numbers weren't that far off from his first season at United. I think it was like...
No, this is what I'm trying to say. But when we got Højlund, I don't even think he started more than 10 games in Serie A when we went and bought him for that type of money at that age. But what I'm saying is, in terms of the development and the type of, you see, like you will struggle to see a good Højlund goal from Atalanta. I had to go back and watch what we flipping watched and got excited about. It was the same Højlund. Man, slide tackling, can't hold the ball up. I said, you know what? Word to Højlund, he's never changed. The same Højlund I'm seeing now, if you go back and watch the Atalanta game, videos, it's the exact same guy.
What they did do, though, was get the ball straight onto his first touch. That's what they did.
That's what I'm saying. But you see, when you look at Sesko, I don't even know if you're allowed to play them videos yet. You see the type of goals that the youth is scoring. If some people score these goals and you say they're luck, when you look at his catalogue of goals, they are mad. He's scoring goals like Van Persie. That's fact. That's not me hyping him. He's scoring Van Persie type of goals, and they're not by luck. They're technical. Like you can see that the ball's dropping over his shoulder, and he's had the ability and the technical ability to just top bins it. Not by luck, and not something that he's doing one off, but he's doing more than once. So the question we're asking, and this is where I agree with Nority, and I might agree with Mino, is that does Manchester United have the environment to continue the progression that he needs to continue to do that? Are we going to play that type of football? Are we going to continue to give him the opportunities that he thrives on? Or are we going to play a style of football that's going to...
Look at Dilat now. They've got what's the other Brazilian that they brought in? João
Pedro.
So they're going to interchange him. They're not going to start him.
Saeed, remember the scandalous on the group chat and on the Mandem when I said that guy is technically superior, and everybody was trying to poo-poo it. Everybody was poo-pooing it.
What João Pedro? They know that he's a quality player, but what
they're going to phenomenal.
But they're gonna interchange him though. The problem is with us is that we're interchanging Højlund and then Sesko. That it's not.
We're not saying we're gonna interchange Zertsky and Sesko. Højlund is off.
Going then.
Højlund, I don't know. I thought he was linked to AC Milan or something earlier.
Are you anywhere, man? He's staying.
Højlund's going, Saeed, man. He's going, man. Don't worry about all that.
I'm telling you now, he's not going anywhere. Same as
Højlund is going. Højlund is that person where
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? I met two journalists, and I won't say what they write for, but in Manchester, and they both said the same. They said Højlund, if Manchester United sign a striker, Højlund is going. And
you know why I know he's going, Saeed? Because it's like when I don't know, you're the last to get picked, you're on the wall, and the two captains are talking about how they both don't want you, and you're just there listening. You're on the wall waiting to get picked. What side am I on? And they say, no, bro, I'm not having him. You can have him. That's what's happening to Højlund. And when that starts happening, your days are numbered. So for me, Zertsky and Sesko, listen, it's not our money side. These guys flipping the Ineos, they've robbed us blind. I just don't think looking at this signing in 3 or 4 years, it's going to have the same risk factor where we're looking at it and saying, we got robbed for Sesko. You know why? Because the worst thing that happens with Sesko is that he only scores 10 goals in the league, but they're blinders, like mad goals. And he's still like one of those cult heroes where he scored mad goals where the fan base have remembered it, and he's got good assists. And he also, overall game, helps the team. I don't think, like, he might do something similar to what Zertsky's done, and then you turn around and say, was it worth the money, wasn't it? But that depends if Man United have a successful period. Because I don't think any of these players are going to be looked at as a success if the team collectively doesn't become successful. I don't care if it's your Mbumo, if it's Cunha, if Manchester United doesn't pick up some trophies or has some type of challenge towards the top 4, we will not be looked at. These guys won't be looked at as a successful purchase. So it depends on the whole team actually doing well, guys, because people will turn around and be like, Cunha was a flop. What did he win at United? My man was a flop. What did he win at United? Look at this. What's going on here?
These are his last 40 shots, by the way. You know,
his last 40 shots.
It's not failed. It's not a good comp. This is just last 40 shots.
Okay, what he's done.
Yeah.
Where you get these from?
Really, let's be honest.
You're saying they're Højlund?
I see like 2 goals so far.
In his last 40 shots.
You know what I mean? So he's still raw, man. He's still,
He seems like a high volume shooter, though. He does seem like
he's
a
a high volume shooter. Getting in good positions. Oh, that was close. He's got technical ability, man. And he shoots a lot.
I'm not. If this is to sell me on the idea,
I'm not gonna lie to you, Mina.
I'm not even
That
trying
was
to.
real life. If you want to see any top goal scorers last 40 shots, that's what you're going to see. That's real life.
Listen,
I've watched him with my own eyes in games during the season.
And you don't rate him?
I don't rate him. I don't think he's worth the price that Leipzig won.
None of these guys are worth it. I agree, but I'm just saying in today's market, what we're seeing, people that are doing what he's doing. That's what they're asking us for. What are we going to do? That's the price of chicken and chips.
Yeah, then you
all I'm saying is word to Musa. He just wants 10 spectacular Van Persie type of goals for 100 million.
Musa just wants some Puskas goals. That's it.
Now, man, you guys are saying 100 million. You lot are just rubbing me out. The reality is this. I say let's keep Zertsky. You say nah, he gets injured too much. So where we going? You want me to go and get my man? What's his name? Peteta.
I have no trust.
You're knocking it, Man said Peteta,
That's the best available striker, I think.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would spend a lot more money on Mateta than this kid.
Yeah, right. Age as well.
Mateta, yeah. Mateta's one of those strikers, yeah. You might spend £40 million on, and he has the right to flop. Like he has the right to do it. He has the right. Like if it's mad. You can't be buying strikers that have the right to flop. I want to buy a striker. You don't have the right. You have to work, and if you don't work, we're on to you. Mateta's a guy. If he flops, not everyone's just going to be like, oh well. Yeah, bare excuses.
I don't agree with that. I think anyone that comes into United as a striker, it doesn't matter if they flop, everyone's on them. But
Mateta doesn't have the right to flop.
Why does he not have the right to flop?
I'm saying my thing is that if Mateta flops, I just don't see the backlash because everyone will be like, he came from Palace, he was crap anyway.
No, Mina, we can't even get phase one right, and Musa's saying that no player can flop.
No, forget phase one. Phase one is done.
You're saying that if a player comes from like a highly rated team, quotation marks, then
there's pressure on it. There's pressure on it. Yeah, there's pressure on it. If he's coming
from an FA Cup winning team, you're saying that there's no pressure.
No, there's no pressure from Palace. I know the man there.
Leipzig. What's the difference between Leipzig?
No, my thing is Leipzig's a Champions League type. Yeah, Champions League football, year in year out. All I'm saying is this: if Mateta doesn't live up to any type of standards, I personally will not be like going in at him saying "rah this," because I don't expect him to live up to any other standard.
We know why you were on him.
You know, man. Pateta's not a no. What is he on? He's not on Manhaj. He's not doing first row. What is he doing first row, Saeed? Is Pateta first row? He's not first row. If he's not first row, it doesn't matter.
No, honestly, like you know what it is here. I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, just get me a guy that can help facilitate Mbumo and Kunyam, and that's the main thing. And that's what Mateta does.
Mawadi. All right, let's get it real. I want Conan Mawadi. If we can't get Sesko, don't get me Conan Mawadi because Conan Mawadi left Germany for big money. And see what he's saying.
This guy is talking. He don't rate Mateta, but he's saying I want Conan Mawadi.
You know why I want Conan Mawadi, Saeed? Yeah, only because of his age, and you see what I think the fluency that he will bring to the front three. For the good price. If you tell me we can get Conan Mawadi for £30 million, and I saw what he done at Juventus as well at his time over there, I think he scored 1 and 2. I would take him for £30 million.
Bro, you think Nasser Al Khalifi is going to sell Conan Mawadi for 30 million?
I don't know, but I'm hearing that that's his price. That's his price tag.
They're not. They will never sell him.
8 goals in 16 games for
1 and 2. He was 1 and 2. He said, "What are you lot on? You forgot who I am, brother." He
got like 2 early on, and then you know what I mean. Like,
stop trying to do the maths. Yeah, we know it was 1 and 2. Let's forget if it was 2 early, 3 early.
What's that? That's
1 and 2.
Goals. 9 goals in what? 5 months.
Yeah, basically
9 goals in about 5 months, give or take.
Yeah, that's 1 and 2. That's the games. There was 18 games. He scored 9 goals. That was it. He scored every other game. My thing is this. For £30 million, French international, more mobile in the front three, can play in the 10 if you want him to, can play forward, can fill in. I think we need people that are more versatile.
You go and get
in that front three.
Moise Keane is getting more goals than Colin Moani as well. Moise Keane.
I'm talking about the price tag. I'm talking about a French international at 30, 35 million pounds. Forget Nicholas Jackson, forget all of that, man. I think he's similar to what Nicholas Jackson does, but I just have a bit more trust with Kohler in front of goal than I would with Jackson. Even though he's a high volume attacker and he takes a lot of shots. I just think United, who finished 15th.
Gonna be starting something.
I just think sometimes we finish 15th, and we forget ourselves. We're a mid-table club. We're a mid-table club, yeah.
Don't bring me Moises Keane. Don't bring me Watkins. Let me say it to Saeed. There's a section. Moises Keane's in there. Watkins is in there.
Wow,
Sesko is
that's
in there.
crazy.
I'm telling you, I do not need any of those players. The only person who's available now is Musa. Musa knows. Musa's from that part of London, South London crew. Get that Meteta, brother, on that train right
Watkins
now.
is actually disrespected, you know. It's mad.
No,
I know. I was gonna say, what you lot are putting Watkins into a category with mad guys.
Nothing.
No, but he's not in the category of this.
We don't create that many chances. He's a hold-up plays trash. What are you watching? You do
No,
watch.
what I'm trying to say to you is, though.
Why are you waffling about?
No. Oh, come on, relax, bro. But the fact that you put him in the bracket of Moises Keane, that's why I said you're disrespecting him, bro. Like, Moises Keane has had one good season this season, and that is it. Watkins had multiple good seasons, bro. Like, let's not put him in the same
I think
bracket.
Watkins is all right. I think he's definitely an Amlin player. But I think another manager comes in and says, "Yeah, you just don't fit the."
And that's a gamble you're gonna take.
Yeah.
What kills me is that Moose is saying that if Mateta comes to United, there's no pressure because he came from Palace. But then he's saying, "I'd take Moises Keane, who's coming from Fiorentina."
Nah, no Moises Keane. I'm on Colin Mawadi.
Listen, today on this stream, I'm telling you not. The Sheikh is concussed. The Sheikh is concussed.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
The Sheikh is concussed. Word to Mina.
Listen, you don't want
Mateta. Musa, 1 second. One thing about Mina, she's a silent assassin. Nothing goes past her. I'm talking about her listening skills at next level.
Yeah, listen, I just want Colin Mawadi. You guys might not rate him, but I'm telling you, he's a French international. He's done good on loan. He's available for around 30 to 35 million pounds. We're looking for a striker. Why not? How old is that Colin Mawadi guy? How old is he?
He's 26.
Okay, not a bad age.
Yeah. By the way, David Ornstein just reporting that Jadon Sancho is not close to joining Juventus. That is the latest. Sancho's been heavily rumored close to joining. This is not accurate, and I don't understand it at all. I'm not quite sure what that's emanating from. So, Jadon Sancho is not close to joining Juventus. This is what I'm saying, people. A lot of people read all of these aggregate accounts here and think they're gospel, man. They're doing too much breaking news, man. Nothing's happening yet, man. This will take a while. You know what I mean? By the way, yeah, they've called these lot, Rashford and them, man. They call the bomb squad now. Have you heard of it? The media have called them the bomb squad.
The bomb squad.
They were calling them the Exiled Five before.
Yeah, it was the Exiled Five.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were calling it Jackson 5 and all of that. It was madness, man. But now
This
apparently
is too much.
It's crazy, bro. They're calling them the bomb squad now.
You know what kills me though? Malacia's only crime is being friends with Rashford. Why is he in there?
Bro, they said, "Yo, you're
he ain't done nothing wrong." Man.
They said, "Yo, you took him to training and you drove.
You hitched a ride with him to Carrington. You're leaving as well."
Yeah, it's crazy.
Madness.
It's crazy. But by the way, yeah, I want to play this video, man. From this Dean Saunders guy, man, and I think it's wrong.
Saeed, I just want to tell you, it's not just Dean Saunders. It's not just Dean Saunders. It's been in the air. Saeed, I just want to give a context before.
But he's the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst.
I just want to play. Listen, I just want to give a context. Do you remember Marcus Rashford feeding the children's nation? Yes. Yeah. Do you remember that the tweets that people like me were putting out saying at all costs protect Rashford? I mean, protect Rashford as a human being. Not as we can't criticize him on because what is happening with him on the football pitch. Basically, what most of the people are not going to understand, and before you play the video, it's important to say, black people in this country, whether they're successful footballers, whether they're in business, anytime they do something that certain people who run this country do not like, they are always going to be taunted and haunted because they always prefer black and brown people in this country to stay in their place. Stay in your lane. The system's the way it's set up. We don't want you to challenge us. Stay in your lane. And because Marcus Rashford has refused to do that, the attacks are now there all to see. And he's been getting attacked ever since he made the government, the British government, change their policy when it came to feeding children.
Absolutely. You know, like I said to you people, yeah, we can criticize Rashford, we can talk about his football ability, but there's no need for this sort of for me, I think it is racism because what they're trying to
it is play the racist. Let's hear the racist.
Yeah, let's play the video because
play the racist.
I got involved and I thought we have to speak about it on the show here, but here is the video today from Dean Saunders, I think he's called.
Well, I think a lot of people are baffled, and most people are like sort of confused. Like, how come Man United get rid of him and make him train on his own, and then he goes to Aston Villa and they don't want him, and he goes to Barcelona?
Yeah.
So is it Hansi Flick, the manager?
Hansi Flick, yeah.
So you're thinking, and Deco, who's his director of football, I think, I don't know what's going through their heads. What have they been watching that we haven't?
Well, I think they see the talent in him, no? You see the fact that he can produce on the big stage. He can produce in big moments. He's done it in Champions League football before, hasn't he? He scored big goals. He has got a huge amount of talent. And they probably look at it and go, is he going to start for us? Probably not. We've got Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. But we've got a lot of games to play. We need a decent winger back up. See it as an option, you know?
Yeah, well,
don't you think
good luck to him, and I hope he turns it round because
he doesn't deserve the move.
No,
he doesn't deserve to go and play for Barcelona for what his performances he's put in at Manchester United have been pretty shambolic, right? He went to Aston Villa and done all right, and he showed glimpses of what he was about. He got injured, but come Barcelona,
I thought he was nearer to going down the road of Dele Alli than he was of going to Barcelona. I thought he's nearer that road.
Yep, and there was a bit as well on there that he was basically saying that why is he bringing his Rolls Royce? He shouldn't be driving his Rolls Royce, and I was like, bro, what's that got to do with football, man? And I think for me, listen, people might look at this and think, you know what?
I didn't just say that. He said, "What type of idiot?"
Yeah, drives the
Rolls Royce.
And I don't think for me, you know, sometimes I think, you know, in football, especially us as content creators, especially us as black content creators, we have to stand up to this sort of stuff because the racism in this one here is alarming because it's like, what messages are you putting out there, bro, that a black guy can't be driving in a Rolls Royce? Like, what's it to you? This guy is successful. He's earned his money in life, and that's that, bro. So for you to come out in here and start talking about what they have and what they've got and their lifestyle and whatnot, talk about football first, because I don't see this being mentioned for Jack Grealish. He's been on the bender. He's been, you know what I mean, doing a madness behind the scenes, but there's no talk of what he's driving. So I think for me, you know, it's an important subject we have to speak about, man. Whether, like I said, you rate him as a footballer, when it goes on to the point where you're talking about what car he's driving and you talk about his kind of lifestyle and what he's doing and whatnot, I just think it's bang out of order, man. And there's no need for that in football, bro. There's absolutely no need. So we have to talk about that. And yeah, like I said, me and Musa were speaking about it beforehand and was like, yo, we need to discuss this because it can't.
Yeah, but that guy, he's a twat. He's talking about Rashford needs to read the room. He needs to read the room. I don't know what he thinks footballers drive. He started talking about he should drive a Range Rover or C-Class because it makes flipping, you know, council estate kids feel poor when they're trying to get autographs off him in his flipping big car. But I'm thinking, so what, a C-Class and a Range Rover doesn't? So what are we talking about? He's acting as if they're some cheap cars themselves. And then secondly, like this is the guy, like Noradine said earlier, was feeding kids when they were out of school. So if anyone understands the issues that young kids go through on the council estates and stuff like that, especially someone who spoke about, you know, having challenges and going through things when he was young himself with his family, it's him. And the fact that man can say that a 27-year-old Marcus Rashford, with the trophies that he's won at Man United, with everything that he's achieved in his life, whether you want to rate it or not, because I keep on saying, no player at Man United in the last 10 years will ever deem to be a successful player because the club hasn't been successful. You can't look at any player at Man United. This is why us individually as Man United fans, we can point out the players we think that were successful because we saw how good they were. But everyone outside of the club will look at everyone that's come through the doors at United as an unsuccessful player because we haven't really been successful on the pitch by winning the big two, the Champions League and the Premier League. But the reality is we've won every other trophy besides that. We've won every other trophy besides that in those last 10 years, except for the big two. So for him to say that he doesn't deserve it, how can someone who's done everything that he's done as a young player, played for Man United in these last 10 years, win the trophies that he's won, scored the goals that he's scored, and Rashford's not playing for United because he doesn't have the ability. He's playing for United because he's fallen out with the club. He's fallen out with the manager. It's got nothing to do with does Marcus Rashford have the ability to play for this Man United side. Everyone knows and the fan base knows he's got the ability to play for it. But we've all agreed that it's time for a change and he needs a change. And the first change he got was to Aston Villa, who are in a better position than Man United, playing Champions League football. So this, he doesn't deserve it. He's already gone to a club that's doing better than us on the pitch, which was Aston Villa. And Aston Villa, for me, he done well. A lot of people say he didn't do well, but from what we know and what I saw when Rashford came on the pitch, he was always one of the players that looked like he was going to do something, score something. Even in that game when they played, was it Barca or PSG in the Champions League when they were losing and they nearly came back? I think it was PSG when PSG ended up. Yeah, Rashford was the one that was doing bits in that game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was the one that was doing bits. So now he's gone to Barcelona. How the heck does he not deserve it? What, has he not trained hard his whole life? Has he not, worked hard enough to get to this position where teams like Barcelona put him on a list of players that they want? These guys here have this underlying, racial tone, which they have in there. And it's so slight. It's only someone who's been in an environment, working environment, any type of environment where you've heard people speak like this who are racist, and you can understand the racial tone and how they come across. To the point, if he knew anything, he would not have mentioned Marcus Rashford and kids on council estates. That would have been the last thing he mentioned, especially for someone, like Noureddin said, has done a campaign, changed flipping governmental processes and how to look after kids on half term. And then you're going to say that this is the person that doesn't understand kids on council estates. Who says that? That's my rant.
Yeah, you're on mute. 1 second, let me unmute you.
Sorry. I was just about to say, just quickly on the Rashford thing. It's also, I think, a reflection of. I think football reflects what society is like right now. Just because someone doesn't say something outright racist, where they're not calling you a racial slur, doesn't mean that they are not making a racial remark and their opinion is not, deep rooted in some racial connotation or racial background. Let's just get that out there firstly. Number one. Number two, I think society just in general, when it comes to ethnic minority, whether it's a black or brown person who has made something of themselves, they love a humble person. They love people that are humble. Look at Kante, for example. People love him because he's humble. He's not flamboyant with his money and the car that he drives. And I think he's a top footballer, and he seems like a proper nice, lovely, down to earth guy. But just because somebody wears jeans and wears chains and wears a cap and sitting courtside as an NBA game, coming out of a Rolls Royce or coming out of a Range Rover, people are saying, "Oh, that's a rapper wannabe." That what makes somebody a rapper wannabe? Is it the skin color? Is it the chains around their neck? Is it because they have nice stuff and they want to act like they have nice stuff because they have that? And I'll be totally honest, I like when people who come from poor backgrounds, when people come from working class backgrounds that are rich, I like it when they flaunt their money, because you got one life, enjoy it. You want to buy your mama house, do it. Raheem Sterling done that. What did the Sun do? Plaster him all over the newspaper saying, look at him buying his mum a £1-2 million a mansion. He can do that. Buying his missus a house, he can do that. Footballers, especially when they are of ethnic background, the second that you are no longer humbled in anything, when it comes to money, when it comes to looking good and having certain stuff that they feel like people of that background shouldn't have, then it's like, oh, why are you doing that? You don't deserve that. Teddy Sheringham talking about Rashford not deserving to go to Barcelona. Did Adama Traore deserve to go to Barcelona? No, but he went.
Facts.
Luke de Jong.
And that Brentford.
Luke de Jong went to Barcelona. Did he deserve to be there? No,
Madness.
He didn't. With Marcus Rashford, I always say this, the day that he went after a conservative government is the day that he made himself a public enemy to anybody outside of the working class. If you are outside of working class, he became an enemy to you, and it's very unfortunate. But I respect Marcus Rashford for everything he did, because there's not many people that are in a position of power and influence and can use that. He could have been doing so many, bro. He could be playing pro clubs during lockdown. He could have been playing pro clubs during lockdown. He did not have to take on the conservative government and the prime minister at the time. He didn't have to do that. But because he saw something that didn't sit right with him, that resonated with him, because he knows what it's like to be in that position, I would rather someone like that any day of the week be rich and famous than someone who neglects and forgets about where they came from. And suddenly, like for me, I grew up working class, ethnic background. My family migrated here, just probably like all of us. If I was to become rich and famous, if I turn my back on my community, I'm a sellout. I'm a sellout. If I suddenly act like, oh, the struggle that I went through, oh, I don't care about people going through that struggle now because I'm up now, I'm a sellout. And I would look at Marcus Rashford just like that. The day that him and Saka, look at Saka, for example, another person that when he has this humble ambience and this humble vibe, people love it. But the second he starts wearing chains, people are saying, why are you dressing like Rashford? Why, as if Rashford has been. I when it comes to football, I hope Rashford goes to Barcelona and pops off. I hope he gets back into the England team, gets a World Cup spot, goes to America next summer for the World Cup. And I hope he has a good campaign, because far too many people are obsessed with humbling someone like Marcus Rashford to a point where it seems like they've got a personal vendetta against him. Like, it's like they've got personal beef with him. And like I said, it is a number of stuff, but just because somebody is not saying something racist outright, they are not calling you a racial slur outright, does not mean there's no racial connotations and racial undertones to what they are saying. Because had someone spoke about Jack Grealish, and if I was to say, oh, but Jack Grealish should read the room when he's going on holiday and laying down on a sunbed somewhere in flipping Mykonos with a £100,000 watch on his bracelet, when half of the British society cannot afford a holiday like that because they're all poor. I wouldn't say that, because it's not my business. I'll criticize Grealish because he's not playing well, but what he does in his free time, I couldn't care less. I saw Rashford traveling on a private jet. People are saying, why is he traveling on a private jet? It's absurd. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
We got. I think Mina and Musa, and I think yourself. I think you all covered it. The biggest thing for me is about staying in your lane. I'm old enough. I've experienced enough. I've worked in so many different sectors, as you know. And this we're tired, man. We're tired of being tired. Trust me. And when it's that blatant, like Mina, I think Mina hit the nail on the head. You don't have somebody. People think people to be racist. And by the way, those of you in the chat can say Marcus Rashford is crap. Marcus Rashford is a shit footballer. You could do whatever you want to say that. But the idea that he's saying he can't drive this car, and then somebody saying he doesn't deserve it. Who the hell are you to dictate who deserves it, what deserves it? Who the hell are you to become the person who dictates what's deserved and what's not deserved? It's unbelievable. And because they can't come out and say the language that might have been acceptable 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, they can't. So they have to find other ways. The idea, we watched the Champions League semi-final. Was it semi-final or quarter-final with Villa? Marcus Rashford was doing what Marcus Rashford is good at, was tearing PSG apart. And the fact that he did that, and people are saying try to downplay what he did because he got injured. It's shocking. It's a background noise, so I'll mute for now. But I think Nina and Musa and all of you covered it. Racism is like everything. It's alive.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a couple of super chats that came in about Rashford. Killer says some white people can't stand black people being successful. By the way, congrats to Konya and his wife on the birth of his baby girl, Liz. Yeah, I've just seen that as well, by the way. Congratulations to Konya on the birth of his baby girl as well. So big up to him. Tiga says, I don't think he says anything. That's why I don't like Jackson. Hate when Hoyland shits. They like going around in yellow cards. Sell Jackson. I live in Texas. If you know, you know. By the way, just to let you know, David Ornstein did say that Rasmus Hoyland could be leaving as well. So maybe you're right, Musa, on that one as well. And Nuruddin as well. Yeah, you could be right. But again, I just don't believe it until I see it. You know when you Nuruddin say, when he's wearing a United shirt, I'm the opposite with players leaving.
I hate Jim the Rat, But I know Jim the Rat is fuming when he sees Hoyland because he's one of them guys.
Of course, man. And he said here that United, the next focus is going to be, in no particular order, goalkeeper, defensive midfielder, and a new striker. If you get them free, you know what?
But how many of those three do you think United are going to get as starters? Because I think one of them is going to have to be like a rotation. They're not going to have money to spend on
goalkeeper will be rotational. Goalkeeper will be rotational. I don't think they're going to get anyone who they're going to force to take Onana's position. I think if he's good enough, then he'll take it. But I think the goalkeeper is going to definitely be rotational.
Yeah, I agree. But for me, if you could get me a defensive midfielder, whether that's, I don't know, Douglas Luiz, anyone of that ilk, just get me somebody in there, man. We need someone in there. You know what I mean? I don't know who we're going to go and get. What's start there, Nuruddin?
Nuruddin was telling me not to eat these sweets, and now he's out here doing like this.
Nuruddin, what is it?
It's frozen yogurt, chocolate, banana, sauce, everything in it.
That looks like a banoffee.
Amazing.
Banoffee.
Amazing. Let's get down on Whitwood Street, right next to the.
Oh, where's he gone? Where's everyone gone?
Here, we're here. We're here.
How do you, when you're doing like solo, when you put someone on the stage, I never know how to really put them back to normal. But yeah,
you need to add you need to add it on the left-hand side on the panel.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Imagine you're in a cafe, just drinking your avocado smoothie, and there's a random guy sitting like 3 tables from you, screaming, "Jam the fuck!" I think I'd have to leave the cafe. I'd have to leave.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is where this podcast started. This is the
shall I show people? Shall I actually show people where the actual podcast started? Yeah. So people don't know. We actually started the video. If I go on the oldest videos, right? Yeah. I'll go on the oldest videos.
Memory lane, baby. We're going down memory lane. Smash the like.
Yeah, there we go. And by the way, yeah, Nuruddin used to have a very, very interesting mustache. You thought my mustache was bad.
I used to raise money for prostate cancer. I used to be part of a group.
Okay,
money for prostate cancer.
Big up for that.
So there you go. He was in the shop. Nuruddin's mustache moving mad round there. There we go. He's in the same shop, people. We're in the same. This was around 6 years ago.
He looks like my uncle, bro. What the hell?
2018, man. Look at it, people, man. We used to be on some, you know what I mean? Look at this. This is what I'm saying to you, people, man. 680 views, man. Back in the day, the growth is crazy, man. So, you know what was there? We were in the shop. People were just messing around. We had no mics, nothing. The podcast was 9 minutes long. Why did you not pick that shop, though? Hey?
Why'd you pick that shop?
I don't know, you know, man.
My crew.
I don't know.
My crew.
I don't know.
This is like my family shop, man. It's a family shop. The family.
Yeah.
It's my people.
Yeah, there you go, man. So that's why we used to film in
there.
That
man. Mustache, by the way, I just want to say we're talking about black people and black men. So one in 4 black men die from prostate cancer. And prostate cancer, if it gets caught early, it's one of the things that most men can live. And you know what I mean? That you cancer clear. So that's the reason why I was raising money for a lot, and I was doing awareness. I was going to barber shops and basically talking to people like, what's that? You know how they get absolutely taken apart at a barber shop.
Yeah. I get it every day.
And they're all laughing like falling over.
They're saying bring it back,
slug of your lip. They say to me, take that slug of your lip. What's that slug?
They're saying bring back the tash. They're saying bring back the tash.
I always used to say, I'm wearing this tash to save you, man. So people get the prostate.
Now respect, man. Dobby's in the chat. Dobby's in the chat, man. Dobby's in the chat, man. That's lit. I can't lie to you, man. But you know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, my people, I don't know what likes we're on right now, but we need 1,000 likes, man. And yeah, I think for me, all in all, I think if we can get them positions that we all say, then let's bring on the season, man. It is what it is. I'm not really hopeful, but if you could get me top 6 this season, alhamdulillah, I'm gonna take top 6.
Top 6?
You think we're going from 15th to 6th?
We could do. We could.
Yeah. We just need the goals. If these lot score the goals, we can climb it. But it's not gonna be sustainable. That's all it is. It won't be sustainable.
Sustainable, no. Yeah, I just think for me, get me top 6 Europa League and then move on from there. I don't see You know what I mean? Us finishing any high above that. But you got to remember, top 6, it's not really like you got to remember, like Brighton and 1 point Bournemouth and all these guys were
No, but
around
come
there.
on, like if you look at the
So
City,
Europa League
Liverpool,
football, Saeed is a
Arsenal.
Europa League merchant. Europa
bro,
League merchant, I'm telling you.
listen,
Go
man.
ahead.
Yeah.
Take into consideration City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle.
No, I think Newcastle are in trouble this year. I think Newcastle are
Like,
in trouble.
Kudus was moving mad the other day, you know what? Kudus was moving mad.
Yeah.
I told you about
Top 6,
that.
I think top 6 is going to be a lot tighter. I think the league is going to be unpredictable this year. And I think top
Newcastle-
6 is going to be up and down. It's going to
Yeah.
change.
I think we if we can. The problem is though, if we don't win that first game, right, and we're already on the back foot, then we lose to Fulham. Then of course my feelings are going to change, and I'm not going to be. But we have to win that first game.
Let me ask you a question.
Can I ask you a question before, please? Where do you think we're gonna finish?
I think top 8. Yeah, I think we'll be 7th.
Yeah, not far off
Yeah.
though. Yeah,
Around that area.
yeah.
The Nuruddin and Musa, how many games do you think it takes for City to tell Amarim to link him in the car park? Like, at what point? 5 games, 6 games?
The Arsenal game.
Arsenal game, first game of the season.
First game of the season.
I've done that. I did that in Bilbao. Like I'm past that. I'm Ineos. I'm
First game. Because if we get spanked, the first game of the season, so I can't handle a spanking on the first game of the season.
I was thinking, so I've changed my. Like for me, I'm not chasing Amarin anymore. Amarin's just a nice guy, man. You see the nice guy in that. In the you don't rush the nice guy, man.
He's the poets.
You just say,
got respect
listen.
to the poets, man. We're from part of the world where poets. We're
Yeah,
poets
man.
are historically renowned.
Nah,
So
bro.
I'm saying, you know what? Easy on the poet.
Bro, but easy on the poet, man. He's just a miskin, bro. I see Amarin as miskin, man. Them.
But you see what he done? You know what he done, Saeed?
Yo, I don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on in London, but so many other cultures know the lingo now. Like nobody, they're putting it in rap clashes.
Yeah, bro.
They're putting words like miskeen.
People,
Like, you
lot.
You know what's crazy, guys? You know what we say miskin? You know, in Arab language, it doesn't mean the same thing.
I know.
It's even worse. It's even worse in Arab language to call someone miskin. It's offensive.
I know.
What do you mean? What do you mean then? What do you mean when you say miskin?
Miskin is like this, timid, shy, down to earth.
Yeah,
It's similar in Arabic. It's similar in
Arabic,
Arabic.
that means poor, bro.
Yeah, it means poor, but that's what it means though. It's like,
You call them a miskin.
yeah, it's like a poor person, but it depends on the context. It can also mean like poor in character, poor in persona.
I swear, in Fusha, it's poor in money. In Fusha,
Yeah, it's money, but that's what I'm saying. But if you say, it's true. But if you use it in a certain context, then people will understand what you mean. But yeah, Amarin, you know what Amarin is mad though?
One second, was that in the context of like the history of Somali language, miskin means, when somebody's bullying somebody, or when somebody's taking a mick out somebody, you say to them, leave the guy now, the guy's a miskin. And miskin can also mean that the person is a good person. It means that the guy is a good person. Innocent, good person.
Okay.
Those are the title words. But the way that these London kids are mixing with Somalis and
I know.
Language, they're using it in the rap beefs, man. I can hear it in bare drill and I can hear it in drill and grime and rap. They're like, yo, people tell me you're a miskin, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I had to reload and go, miskin.
Yeah. Go on. What were you gonna say?
You're seeing middle class kids using words like askar.
Askar, yeah, man.
I don't know about these words.
Like I said to you, man, I just my target is Ineos and Omar Barada. I told you, look, Edgware Road, Wimsell Road. I will find him somewhere in it, and we're gonna have a conversation, man, as to who this guy is, man. Because I think he's like Ghost. He's got an imposter syndrome, man. He's got 1 minute he's playing this guy here, 1 minute he's doing this. I don't know who he is. He waffles a lot. That's the person we need to be targeting, not Omar Barada.
No, but Saeed, explain this to me. Explain this to me, though. Explain this to me, though, Saeed, yeah. With the type of players Amarin wants in the middle of the park, why did Amarin come out and say we lack pace in the middle of the park, in midfield?
But the thing is, though, Amarin speaks a lot, man. He doesn't think through what he's saying.
No, but make that make sense. With the type of players he's put in the middle of the park, the fact he's put Bruno there and he's playing him alongside Ugarte or Casemiro, why would you then come out and talk about pace, bro?
You know
I
what?
I think he's saying it so that it kind of ignites something in Ineos to go out and get players.
Yeah,
on
but
back.
okay, cool. But okay, if that's what he says, but my thing is that even if you bring a player that's got pace in, for an example, next to Bruno, how does that help? Bruno's still going to mess it up. I'm thinking like, if you wanted pace, I just think you eject Bruno from the middle of the park straight away. You just don't even involve him there. But obviously, pace is not that important. He always wants to talk about what he doesn't have, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't want to talk about what he does have. What you do have is a group of players. If you play like maybe 3-5-2, but play it properly. Because I feel like what he's trying to do with this 3-4-3 is not helping him.
No.
If you look at the way Inter set up, it's better for Amrin to set up the way Inter does.
That's a 3-5-2.
Yeah, 3-5-2, but play it properly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would rather play 4-4-4. I'd rather play 4-3-3, but in build up, have the CDM drop in between the centre backs.
I agree.
Pushed up.
Yeah.
I agree, but the fact that he wants the three at the back and all that crap, if he wanted to really put Bruno in there, he'll put a 5-man midfield where Bruno will be the furthest, behind the front two of like a Cunha and Mbeumo.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
That could work.
I agree.
I don't see anything. I don't see a 3-4-3 working because I don't see a 2-man midfield working.
No, it won't work.
That pivot. If the pivot is strong, it could work. And we push up as well, by the way. We need the wing backs to push up high up the pitch, create that overload, and we are sustaining everyone. We're making sure these lot don't even, you know what it is, bro? Like, these man don't get on the half turn and be comfortable, bro. I've seen that Japanese brother just moving like Javi, bro. I was moving like Japanese Javi. I was like, yo, teams are gonna do this. We've seen West Ham. Oh my god, with a midfield of Souček, was it Ward-Prowse and?
But this is what I was trying to tell you. See, we watch these crap teams, and you know how many goals Brighton conceded last season?
Not sure.
Look how many goals Brighton conceded last season. Goals against.
And they conceded, quickly check here, they conceded 59 goals. 59
against.
59 goals.
Was that how many goals they conceded? 59. They conceded more than us.
66.
This is what I'm saying. They scored 66, but they conceded more than United last season.
More than United, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you never would have thought, they've got a bad goalkeeper, they got bad this, they need to do this. You wouldn't have thought that about Brighton.
What are you talking about? Oh, no, Brighton played very expansive, open football. They played very
I know, but no one's calling for them to change their goalkeeper when they've conceded 59 goals more than United.
Because I'm sorry, Musa, but their goalkeeper doesn't play normal average shots back into play. And it's not giving a breakdown.
No, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if he doesn't do that and our keeper does, our keeper still conceded less goals than needed.
Yeah.
With doing that, with pushing the ball back into play, with pushing the ball in his own. But I'm saying again, Brighton's not a team you would describe as they got a bad defense, they got to change the goalkeeper, they got to do the. I just feel like United, we've got issues in the middle of that part. That is the biggest thing that no one wants to really talk about. The middle of the part where we lose the game is the biggest problem. And this is why Chelsea's been able to do so well. They've got one of the best midfields as well in the Prem. And Arsenal's midfield is mad next season.
Now they've got good midfield. Everyone's got a good midfield, barring United, and that's a problem. That is a problem.
For me, go on.
We're going to get these super chats and we're going to wrap up, man. We've gone over time, people. Is this really a step up? Says Tiga. He left Man United where he was the main man for so long to be a backup at Barcelona. It still is a big move, though, Tiga, when you actually deeply like playing Champions League football, you're in the race for the title, you're going to have a good part. If Ferran Torres can get 20 goals and made a big part for Barcelona last season, I'm sorry, you can, man. So I'm not going to lie to you. He's got a good move. Atonement says the title video should be style of playing needs to change, and 7 years later, it's still a problem. So much for Kobe Mainu, lads. Just wondering. Kobe, I don't know, man. Maybe they've got a plan for him in the double pivot. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't make me laugh, Sonny. Don't make me laugh.
Remember, I said Kobe starts more than 20 games this season.
Okay.
And that's all we need. That's all we need. We need him to be taken out and to be put back in, and so that he can work on the rest of his game when he's not playing
Yeah,
football.
development.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah.
That's how
I told you, a
treat young
midfield
players.
three of Baleba, Kobe, and Ahmad is madness for me. That's the type of football I'm playing.
Yeah.
Baleba, Kobe in front. Ahmad is the furthest, like in a 10, in a 4-3-3. And that's the type of football that I'm playing. Serious football. Yeah, that's what I want.
Basuma's a good side, but his attributes are more suited to midfield too than our midfield. I'm not gonna lie to you. Basuma's levels have dropped in the last 18 months, and I don't like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if you lot. I remember Basuma coming in and bossing my United, but he's not really kicked on.
What, Basuma at Spurs?
Yeah,
he's not really kicked on.
No, he still does well though. He still does well for them.
He up our midfield in the final.
Yeah, he did. He did.
It's hard though, guys.
Who was it? But we played against
No,
three. Who was the other guys? We played the Paraguayan. The Paraguayan. Who was it?
Basuma still has ability.
Sa, brilliant. The runner.
Sa was well, but trust me, Basuma still has a lot of ability.
Sa has overtaken Basuma in the standings for me.
I don't know. I went to that Spurs game. And Basuma stood out to me, man. He still got it.
They had legs in midfield. That's the problem, man. They had Richarlison tucked in as well. They outnumbered in midfield, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. In every Mina Musa can testify to this. Those who know,
man,
at every position on the football pitch, Manchester United players get overrun, They always have extra stray player. That's what Amarin does. Amarin then goes helter for skelter in certain games, and then wants us to play man for man. It's laughable. Most teams can't play that. They always have players to go, and they go together as a team. He wants everybody to go alone.
We've only changed 2 players from this team, man. It's mad. It's sickening. Can you believe that, man? Right now, as it stands.
So forget that. Listen, forget even changing the players. The patterns of build-up phase 1, and I'm sorry, I have to keep coming back into it. After 2 weeks of training, how uncomfortable did we look? Players are still shaking on the ball. Shaking.
If you give me one option, Adiwala, I'd rather have Pepe Metesar than this Basuma guy.
No way.
Basuma's had a lot of the injuries, if I'm not mistaken.
Basuma is Premier League proven. He's Premier League proven.
You could get more out of him, man.
Basuma's Premier League proven. Don't play games.
Just 1 hour ago, you were talking about the whole Premier League proven about the striker.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm coming on to you lot side. I'm on you lot side now, Saeed. Premier League proven Basuma.
Don't do that, man. Sarr, for me, I can't lie to you, man. He's got more about him in his game, bro. I'll be real with you, man. Basuma, last 18 months, not been the same player, man. You know what I mean? What's going on with Adewale? You want Colomwani, Basuma? Who else do you want, bro?
That's Musa's burner account, I think.
It's actually not. You know what I mean?
Like, Adewale, you know. From the East Coast. Them man there straight west to Adewale there. That's a west.
Only one I would agree with him is Mateta. That's it. Me and Adewale, Mateta, cool. But nah, man. Guy, we need to get players that are in there.
But I agree with Adewale. Cody Mane and Basuma will be good additions to this mid-table United team.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Blackchester United.
I've not watched Mwane. Can any of you attest to it? Can he hold up the ball? Is he good at holding up the ball?
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you. He cannot hold the ball. He
can hold it up.
His link-up plays. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Does he bully centre-halves?
Brother,
forget all of that, Nordy. That's old school football bullying centre-halves. Tell that to Dembele. Tell that to Dembele. Nah, it's old school, man. Them days are done. We need agile.
Listen, Musa, Dembele got wrapped by Chelsea, so don't even tell me about Dembele.
What do you mean he got wrapped?
They got.
You want to go one out of 16? The day that I tripped. One out of 60 games. 1 out of 60 games. I'm just saying, I've had 60 games. 60. No, Dean, I've run 60 races and I trip over at one race, and that's the one you want to talk about.
Listen, I sat down to go and do hate watch on Chelsea. Chelsea turned me to admiring watch.
Chelsea are world class. They're world class. They're world class. I tipped Chelsea to win the last season. I tipped them to win last season. And when they were title contenders at Christmas, I was excited because I told them they would win. I said Chelsea win it based on what they've done. The Man United fan base are telling me, oh, we're better than Chelsea. Todd Bowley doesn't know what they're doing. They're just buying too much. But Chelsea are a world-class team, man.
Yeah.
They're serious, especially in the middle of that park. I look at that park and I think, where's Lavia? Lavia's not. Can we go and get Lavia? Can someone just say, Chelsea,
He's got injury
take
problems.
this flipping Garnacho?
Thank you, Muna. Thank you, Mina.
Santos, man.
Thank you,
Santos.
Mina.
Injuries. You're worried about injuries with Lavia.
Yes, injuries. He's very injury prone, man.
You're
Don't-
not qualified.
So
I
Bazuma,
can't
by
wait
the
to
way,
get
Mina.
these
So
hats out.
Bazuma, by the way.
You're
So
not
Bazuma.
qualified.
I'm not qualified when I'm telling you what we've seen. He's been injured. I'm trying to bring you
It's part of the game.
Eh?
It's being injured is part of the game. You get injured.
We've
my
got the
God.
worst
Yeah,
medical
time
team.
out.
We've
Time
got the
out.
most.
He said it's
We've
part
got
of
the
the
most
game.
medical
Guys,
team. The
guys,
worst
that is the
medical
first
team.
time out of the day.
It's like
That
going
goes-
into a boxing fight and you come out with a concussion. It's part of the game. It's part of the game.
bro.
Listen, we
You
absolutely.
guys are mad. You don't. You don't want. You want flipping androids and AI. No injuries. It's
Yes.
part of the game. There's no androids.
You know who our
This is
medical
why
team is?
you can't let Africans on the platforms. You know. This is why they can't let us on. You man just want AIs and Android. It's not
Bro,
possible, man. Though.
That's wild. Musa, you know who our medical team is? You know that our medical team is getting sued. And you want to
You know,
bring
you
in
know
another
how,
injury
by the way,
broken?
people. You know how EA said EA Sports.
The game.
Musa reacts.
Nah.
Part of the game.
Listen, don't worry about Saeed. My thing is this. It's Lavia. Now, let's get it real, guys, yeah? If you can't get Baleba, isn't Lavia the real deal? If you could get Lavia for £50 million,
He's a risk
that
because
would be...
he's buying a player that's always injured, bro.
50 million on a player that's injured half the season.
Is he always injured?
Okay, let me bring
So
you
He
this.
plays like
by
one
the
in
way,
4
so
games.
Bazuma.
Okay, bring up his injury record.
Saeed also bring
Well,
up
Chelsea
Bazuma's
doesn't tell
injury
you
as
in
well,
the chat,
Saeed.
like, you know what I mean? Good player, but
Saeed.
injury.
Also bring up Bazuma's injury record as well.
Because I'm just saying where we are, guys. For me, there's risks. I just feel like Lavia is on Baleba's level. But everyone's going mad for Baleba. But I think,
I agree.
yeah. And if you can get Lavia in for Garnacho, so you wouldn't swap Garnacho for Lavia?
Hey? I
You
would.
wouldn't-
I would. Yeah, I would take the
Lavia,
risk. I would
Yeah.
take the risk.
Are you
Yeah,
not
that's what
actually?
I'm-
Are you go down? Look at how many games he's missed each season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what I mean. This is more of a I was
Bro,
gonna
the
say.
season ain't even started and he's missed 3 games.
Look, 24 games I say he missed. 43 the season before that. Come on, man. We can't be doing this, man. Already in the summer, he missed 3 games already.
And how many did he actually play then? How many did he take part in? Was he available for?
Yeah, but that's besides the point, though. The point was you're
No, but
saying
is that a 60-game season and he's
That's
missed
like
20?
that's like 33% of their games.
Is that
Yeah.
only Prem? Is that only Prem or
Oh,
overall?
all competitions.
Saeed,
Yeah,
can
but
you
I'm saying
bring
if they got
Bazuma
60
as well,
games,
please? Can you
Yeah, let me
check
bring up
Bazuma?
Bazuma.
24 games, missing 24 games is about
43
35%.
games. It's crazy.
That's
24
about
it's a lot,
games.
guys. I'm not going to say that. But how old is he?
He's very young. He's like 22,
Yeah,
I think
he's
23.
21, 22. He's young.
Come on, guys. That's listen. Garnacho is here.
Is that a growth
Chelsea-
spurt thing? Do you think it's a growth spurt thing?
Yeah, I
players,
think-
they grow and their body hasn't adjusted yet. Is that what you think?
Like, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm thinking that just because of his age and he's having these niggles, these are the type of players you go and see on at 23, 24, and they've come out the other side of these injuries. And I just feel for the ability, I will give them Garnacho every day of the week for that type of player.
He's not been too bad, Nuruddin,
Nah,
man.
to be fair, yeah,
Come on.
you're right. Yeah, it's not.
Look at
that's
that.
why
The
I
number
wanted
of
to
games
double check.
Basuma has missed is the same number of games that Lavia missed in one season.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's
Great.
good. I was saying Basuma's not a bad shout because before, I remember when Basuma was keeping Caicedo on the bench and he couldn't get on because Basuma was handling business. So he's proven for me. I'm not really against Basuma.
That's only because Caicedo was like 19 years old.
No, but he was playing well. When Basuma went,
adapting to the fish and chips.
Yeah.
no, but
He was just
Basuma
making
was,
adaptation,
but
man.
Basuma was levels at Brighton, man. Them don't go on like he wasn't levels at Brighton.
He was. I don't think he's had one-ish good season at Tottenham. He's not been the
Right.
He's not been the main
I know,
guy,
guys.
Musa. He's not the main guy, Musa.
He's not the main guy because of the way they play the game, but I know Tottenham fans that said he's played well for them and he's done well. But I keep on saying to you guys, when the team's not successful as a whole, no matter what signing you get, people look at it.
And what I will say, Musa, though, tell me a better manager to sort this out is Thomas Frank. Watch this Thomas Frank, man.
Yeah, watch him now.
Yeah,
Watch him now.
He will take Basuma to another level now that you've seen before. Because the sort of
Yeah,
football
yeah.
that we played last year was absolutely
Yeah,
horrendous.
watch him.
Yeah.
Watch him now. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Only beat Fulham and relegated teams. You think top 8. Otherwise, you guys don't want Basuma, now Lavia because of injuries. We play with Bruno Casemiro, beggars can't be choosers. Y'all are mad. Yeah, but we also have to pick wisely, man, to get out of the slump.
So what do we want then? Do we want injury-prone guys, Adewale? Are we just getting anybody? Make it stick because they might be better than Bruno and Casemiro.
I don't know, bro. You were linked with him, but I don't know if he signed a new deal or not. Maybe we do go back in for Javi Guerrero, man. You know what I mean? Maybe we do need a little Spanish midfielder.
You know who I rate? I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm going to watch him this season properly, but he had one big injuries. Andre at Wolves. Top, but honestly.
Yeah, man. Let's yeah. Time out as well.
Right, you're reckless with these buttons.
Oh, my days, man.
You know what? This part they don't want to say, Saeed. You're reckless with these buttons. You're just shooting at any given moment.
All this shows me that you don't watch players.
I watch Andre. He's more concerned about bashing players, bro, than actually doing something.
On the ball.
He's brother. This guy
all you need to do is check him on the ball.
This guy just
on the ball. Saeed, you don't watch these players. Andre, I've been tracking him for about 3-4 years, Saeed. This guy had a serious knee injury that threatened his career. And I'm so happy that he made it to Europe because he was making Brazil, making it look easy.
I'd rather get
Saeed, you talk about a guy who can control the ball and pass it and get it back. Saeed, I can play Saeed, who can play long, short. Saeed, I swear to you,
I swear down, bro.
You don't watch football. You don't watch. I can't help you, man. I can't help
you.
Wolves,
he's doing
unbelievable passes. He's doing unbelievable passes in a very struggling team at Wolves, a really struggling team, Wolves. Watch him this season.
I think what he is a combative midfielder that gets stuck in high energy.
He's not just Saeed on the ball. He's known for being on the ball, Saeed. He's known for being quality on the ball.
I don't know, man. I don't even want this keeper because Nurin is actually, scouting him as well. Lemons. That's the one you wanted, isn't it? Lemons. There's more chance of you getting a good lemon over there.
Saeed, I watched these clips, yeah. Saeed, I watched the clips of this goalkeeper, and he's got bare saves with his feet. I said, is this another David De Gea? What's going on here?
God, here we go again, man.
You got rid of David to go and bring in a prototype. AI.
One thing about Musa, he's 6'6" and he's not a shitbag. David De Gea was a shitbag. Right? All due respect.
How are you going to disrespect David De Gea and start telling me about some Andre? You're going to disrespect David and tell me about Peter Andre at Wolves. Get out of here. Get out of here. Legends like David,
I wish I had the button to make Musa disappear.
Legends. David,
how about that? You know what I mean? We can both do you can both disappear. You know what I mean?
What is with their hot takes today? It's crazy.
I don't know, man. It just unqualified. They just put the podcast together. Unqualified duo, man. I'd actually pay to watch that.
It would be unqualified and don't know ball. Nuruddin keeps telling people you don't know ball.
I think this goes well, unqualified versus developmental and coach. That's what we need.
Your PP, Mr. PP, proven.
Qualified. So Musa needs to get development and training. Where does he go to for help? He goes to Nuruddin. So the unqualified meets the development coaching. I think you're a perfect match.
And once we get from development and coaching, we become proven.
Yes. We become bro. So you come to my level. You get me? You come to the proven level week in, week out. You know what I mean? So that's it. There you go. There's the podcast. Unqualified developmental podcast. If you didn't hear it now, people.
That sounds like something on the diary of a CEO. Or like,
listen, Musa, tell me when you're available. We're making this happen.
There you go.
Don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna tune in there once a week.
There you go.
Do it, Musa.
But anyway, people, you've gone on for more than we needed to, man. Big up to everyone. If this hasn't got even 1,000 likes, then I don't know what's going on, man. Nuruddin in a throat shop. By the way, I want to go to the Hussein and tell him to give a shout out or whatever.
Hussein, let people know where they can order. Stand up.
Wait, they got chai latte in there.
Where they can order, man.
Go with the mic.
Bro,
go.
give them the mic.
Give him the mic.
I told you, this is why they don't want us on these platforms, you know.
Come on. You gotta say something. Come on.
Is there chai lattes there, yeah?
Yeah, everything's here.
Ignore this guy.
Yeah, he wants to talk to you. He wants to talk to you.
Yeah, let them know, man. But just say, give a
Right,
shout
bro,
out
how
to
you
you.
doing?
I'm good. Let them know where they can find the shop.
You know what you
Bro, best thing to do is to go on Froyo on Instagram. Then you can find out all our locations. And you can find out exactly what we sell, guys. Honestly, but thanks to the big up guys. I respect that. I've got to say one thing, guys. Though I'm an Arsenal fan, and I hope Arsenal beat you for the opening day this
Not
season.
qualified.
Take care, guys. Yeah,
He's not
I love you, though. I
qualified.
love you guys. Take care, man. Bye.
Yeah, sure. See you later, man. You know what I mean? Sure.
Not
Anyway,
qualified.
He's gonna get one as well, man. Timeout even for the boss man as well. But listen, people, big up to everyone who's locked in right now. Nuruddin, you can get yourself home. I need to clean up the mess because I don't know. I can't lie to you. The other room's flooded, so I need to go check on that other room. But yeah,
what time are United live? What time are United live on the weekend?
No, it's nighttime, you know, bro. It's nighttime on
Is it
Sunday. Saturday night, you know. Unless you want to come down, it's up to you, bro. I don't mind.
Yeah.
When does the league start? When's the league? How far are we from the league? Start of the league?
Three weekends.
3 weeks.
3
Yeah.
weekends. 3 weekends left.
3 weekends.
Three drummers, man.
We are finished, man. Then if we're only 3 weeks away, we are finished. 3 weeks.
Yes. I
You
told
think
you.
we're ready?
And then we're waiting.
Musa, do you remember me telling you when the season ended? People think next season is like a year away.
I know.
3
you,
weeks.
2.5
I thought we had at least another 5-6 weeks chilling.
No chance.
3
I
weeks.
think it's school summer holidays. It's not school
I
summer
thought
holidays.
summer holidays. Listen, this is going to be like Usyk Dubois. We're going to get sparked. We need more time.
And that's why,
3 weeks.
Musa, and that's why I was ringing the alarm saying we can't even get the first fair play right. And that to me is
3 weeks.
Bro.
And we're playing Arsenal for points, for real points.
a real point.
Bro, you know what about
We're
the thing is?
finished.
It's actually going to be nice to play football without earning any points, man. Because boy, once them points become valuable, you
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Points.
You know what it is, yeah? How long do you reckon it'll take the United to get to 40 points, man? That's because we didn't get there until when? It took a while.
Forget that.
The last
Saeed,
week,
forget that.
second to last game, we got or last game of the season, we got there.
Wow.
Last
Saeed,
game
let
of
me
the
ask
season,
you a
we got
question.
4-1.
No, we've still not done what you asked the club to do. It's win 2 games in the league.
2 games in the league, yeah. Game week 38. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. But listen, people. Nuruddin, when are you next live, bro? Let them know.
Now, you know what? I'm going to make a Rashford video. So I might need you to raid afterwards. So I'm going to make a Rashford video. I'm going to have my say. Trust me.
Okay, cool.
I'm calling them all. They're all getting called out. Talk shy at the front of the queue. Terry Sheringham never deserved to come to Manchester United to win a fucking treble. How about that, Terry?
How about that?
How
Hold
about
that.
that? You absolute waste, man. You absolute jealous. By the way, it's also jealousy as well, the thing with Rashford. Old school footballers are so jealous of what modern players are earning. They think, why was it not me? It's sad to see.
Yeah. But now, big up to you, Nuruddin, man. Make sure you go and check out Nuruddin's channel. Make sure you check out Musa, man. Channel's loading soon. You know what I mean?
Channel's loading. I didn't know I was 3 weeks away. I need to order my sign. I need my name in lights like Minna. I need my sign. Musa reacts. No funny business. Unqualified hats on order.
Bro, I'm telling you
ready
now,
for that.
you would make an absolute killing, bro. Like that would go viral, bro. Because it's a life lesson, man. Unqualified, man. We can't speak.
Yeah, we're coming. Unqualified hats are gonna be there. We're gonna be going live. I need to get my name in the lights.
No, you know what? I'm telling you, what? It's a better title. It's Concussed Reactions. Concussed, man.
Yeah, we're gonna give. Yeah, I'll call that a show. I'll create some shows. Don't worry, I'm coming slowly. I'm gonna be about.
And then the other one is like, all roads lead to the dugout.
All roads lead to.
That's the one I want.
No, but remember we changed it. All roads lead to the board now, Northern. They all lead to the boardroom.
I told you, Musa. It took me years to change your mind.
Yeah, all roads lead to the boardroom. They all lead there.
Listen, all roads lead to Omar Barada Peter Te Empanada. Saeed told me he was the guy who was gonna fix it. He ain't fixing
there you go. But now listen, man, people, and then obviously we got Minna as well. Minna, You are going live tomorrow, people, for the England semi-finals.
Yeah, come through, man. Watch along Women's Euros semi-final.
Yeah.
If we get through, it's
Yeah.
the final on the weekend.
I'm tuning in. I'm going to be in the comments, Mina. I'm going
Come
to be
through.
spamming the comments.
Yeah, people, make sure you tune in. Honestly, the penalty shootout was so entertaining, man. Honestly, like it was.
There was
Yeah.
another funny penalty shootout as well, France versus
Yeah, Mina,
Germany.
I'm not gonna lie to
There's a
you.
disease going around right now
Yeah.
in women in the Euros with the penalties.
Yo, Mina, I'm not going to lie to you. I was deviled that my favorite team went out. That was France. I was team blah blah.
Yeah.
You know about France, if you know in like World Cup Euros, they're good for the group stages. Knockouts come, they're just crap.
The football they played, and you know what, Mina? I'm not gonna lie to you. That used to be the men's as well. That's
Yeah.
what the men's used to. The men's, they won, I think, a trophy in the 80s or whatever with Platini, and then after that, that's what they were. They would always play football, and then when they get to it, until they became the dominant team. But Spain, is it Spain, England?
Tomorrow now is England, Italy, and then Spain, Germany in the other semi-final.
Ooh, how good are Italy? I've not watched Italy, Mina. How good are
Italy are okay. They got a new manager. They play 3-5-2. They're all right. But England are a bit wishy-washy this year, so I don't know, man. They could go out.
Yeah. Let's see,
All
man.
I'm
Let's
saying
see.
is, listen, free the sisters, man. The sisters got.
Yeah. Also, solidarity to
Jess
What's the-
Carter, yeah, getting racially
Carter.
abused online, yeah.
yeah.
Why? What happened?
She got some racist abuse.
She's
on
getting racially abused for her performance against because she got hooked in like the 60th minute, but she had a bad performance, but is not worthy of racism. So now England they're not taking the knee anymore. I don't know why they were taking the knee anyway. It's not been doing anything.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just-
solidarity with her, man. That was not nice as well.
That's
So, big
unbelievable. So
ups
she had
to-
one bad game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had a bad performance, and then obviously one of the
Well,
goals.
it don't
was-
matter how many you pull. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many you have. Like you
It
said,
doesn't warrant any
racism.
racist
Yeah.
abuse. Yeah, it don't
This
warrant
is the
it.
country
Yeah.
we live in, people. This is the country we live in.
Now, solidarity with her, man. Solidarity with her, man, people. People, listen, we'll be back later on.
Free Palestine, man.
Free Palestine, yeah, always, people, always. Free everyone, man. You know what I mean? Solidarity with everyone around the world.
Love.
If
love
you are,
solidarity.
you know what I mean? Everyone around the world. So big up to you lot, people. I'll be back tomorrow morning. And yeah, Big Six later on. And yeah, I'll see you lot soon, man. A bit of fun. Straightjacket podcast episode 341.